Hello and welcome to the Amity Kramer Show. I'm Amity and I'm going to talk to you today about some parenting tips that are free and easy. There's a great resource I want to share with you. I'm going to tell you about some cool advice and what you can do with kids and another great date night idea. So let's jump into it and get started. I was looking for a place to do hot yoga. And then I realized that I should probably wait till the fall because it's really hot outside. But I came across this place and it's down in Kent. It's called Balanced Yoga. And on their website, it says tips for success for working at their studio. And I was like, wait a second, these are really good life skills. And I wanted to share them with you and give a little shout out to Balanced Yoga down in Kent. Tips for success. 1, arrive early. 2, bring your water bottle. 3, don't judge yourself or others. 4, unplug. Silence your phones and dedicate this time to yourself. 5, do your best and don't give up. 6, thank yourself for taking time to get balanced. Hope those are a little bit motivating this week. I want to tell you about the mistaken goal chart. So recently, I have been training to teach positive discipline classes. This is something I did in the spring, and I've been working over the material and look really forward to incorporating this body of work into the classes that I teach. And so I've been following positive discipline for a very long time, and the core message is a misbehaving child is a discouraged child. So just thinking about that for a moment, how often are you discouraged and that's why you as adults, misbehave or act badly? And so I think that slogan can be used really for any of us. And I noticed this the other day. My daughter was saying something to me and she's like, Mom, I know you can do it. And it just felt weird to have her encourage me. But I was like, oh my gosh, I feel more motivated because you were just positive instead of, making fun of me or teasing me about it. So here is some of the most effective principles or tools of positive discipline. These are things that you can use kind of day in and day out. It doesn't have to be when your child is misbehaving, but if you use these tools, it is going to be easier and to have a positive relation. These are the positive discipline tools for young children. And this is written by Cheryl Irwin, and this is directly, if I'm reading it directly from my Parenting the Positive Discipline Way handbook. So there's a number of handouts for parents, and this is one of them. So here they are. Be firm and kind. Decide what you will do. Use distraction and redirection. Follow through. Use positive timeouts. Create routines. Check your perceptions. Take time for training. Ask what and how questions with an attitude of curiosity. Offer limited choices. Use 10 words or less. Kids do not like lectures. Be an active listener. Invite cooperation. Create a game. Do things with your child. Ask for help from them. Take care of yourself. And the last one is my favorite. It says hugs, hugs, hugs. So a misbehaving child is a discouraged child. Those are the core principles and tools. And in the classes and in the books, it goes more in depth for all of those kind of action items. The other tool I wanted to share with you is called the Mistaken Goal Chart. And this is available online. You can download it from the Positive Discipline website. I have a link to it in the show notes. And this chart is beneficial because it really helps give parents direction on what type of guidance kids need. And the neat thing about this is it uses how the adult feels in the situation, so the emotions that the adult is having, to be a detective and find the mistaken belief that the child has. So this resource, it's 2 pages, and the first page is about the children's behavior, and the second page is really about the adult behavior, because what happens is parents are stressed out, and when our kids are not doing things, or when they are doing things that drive us nuts, we tend to react in ways that are sometimes reinforcing those negative behaviors, like getting really demanding with the children, like, do what I say because I'm the parent. Or other things that parents can do is overly help the child, doing things for the child because you're tired of them not doing it perfectly, or you don't want to have to nag them. Other times you can kind of give up on the child and be frustrated and just be like, oh my gosh, they're never going to get it, and stop trying to encourage them. And so these are the 4 mistaken goals that children have. And this resource that I am sharing with you is going to walk you through. If you feel a certain way, it means that your child is fitting into one of these 4 categories. And then it goes on to behaviors that you as an adult can do to bring that child back into an encouraged space. The first one is undue attention. The child feels like they belong only when you pay constant attention to them and give them special service. Their core desire in this moment is to be noticed, and they want to be involved usefully. The next one is misguided power. The child thinks, I belong only when I'm the boss, or at least I don't let you be the boss. Right? And what the kid is asking for is they want to be able to help, and they want to have more choices. Revenge, right? Revenge is the next behavior. And so the kid says, if I don't feel like I belong, I'm going to hurt, and I'm going to take that hurt out on someone else. So the child is hurting, and they need to have that hurt be validated. And then the last one is assumed inadequacy. So I give up, leave me alone is kind of the behavior the child is promoting. And what they really are needing to get them back into that encouraged space is for you as the parent not to give up on them and to help show them one small step. These are the 4 mistaken goals, and the chart that you have access to is very helpful. And I recommend that you take a look at it, you study it, you have it printed out or save it on your phone, because the next time that you feel frustrated or overwhelmed with your kiddo, you really do have this tool that can help you, A, be validated, and B, get to a space where you can accurately motivate your kids again. Some upcoming things at Thresholds. We have a Birthing from Within class happening this Saturday. There's another one in August. If you know any not pregnant people, send them my way. And then there is a 2-day Bringing Baby Home workshop. This is the workshop that's all about relationship support. That's happening August 29th and 30th. And then in the fall, I hope to be offering some emotion education / positive discipline classes. And I'm looking forward to kind of working up some new offerings there. Some things that you can do with your kids. So we're at the point where I just love giving recommendations for these ideas. I have changed my algorithm, so I get all of these pop-ups for cool events that happen, and I'm cruising around the city, and I'm always on the lookout for these ideas. And so if you have any ideas that you want to share with me that I can put in the newsletter / podcast, let me know. I'm happy to add them in. So for kids, the 2 events that I saw this week, one is jumping at this place called Sky Zone. Have you been to one of the giant trampoline parks? It's not something that you can do every day if you're just paying by the ticket. They have memberships and whatnot, but it's not an inexpensive activity. But it is very fun and kind of a special one-off activity. And right now, Sky Zone up in Montlake Terrace is offering a buy one ticket, get the second ticket half off. So it's a pretty good deal if you want to go bounce around with your kiddo or have the kiddo bring a pal or a sibling. So Sky Zone up in Montlake Terrace, buy one, get one half off up until the end of July. And the other kid activity is happening now and throughout the summer. And this is at the Landmark Crest Theater. And they have 3 days a week, Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday at 11 a.m., they have $2 movie series happening. And so each week they show a different movie. It's $2 to go. It's air conditioned. There's some fun parks nearby. Right next to this theater is a independent bookstore called the Ridgecrest Books. There's a coffee shop nearby. It's a pretty special theater up in just north of Seattle. Last part about that, bonus points if you ride there. There is the interurban trail that goes through Shoreline, and it is a fairly bike-friendly neighborhood if you wanted to take alternate transportation. The date night activity is public dancing. It's a program that's sponsored by the city or county, I'm not sure, but it's called Dancing Till Dusk, and it goes from 6 to 9, and there's some dancing that happens on Thursday nights, Tuesday nights, and maybe there's one on Saturday, and in different parks around the city, there are dance lessons for an hour and then 2 hours of dancing, and there's live music or music from DJs, but it is like it's a fun community event that's been happening for 19 years. And I did some digging. So whenever I look at these things, I hear about them and then I go to the website and I dig in. And one of the things that was neat about this program is that the dance instructors, Lillian and Claire, they have a YouTube channel. And on their YouTube channel, they have follow-up videos. And so if you were to go to one of these programs, you can go to their website and watch the lesson again, or the kind of pointers, the recap, and continue elevating your dance moves at home. I think dancing is it's like one of the funnest things that people can do together. And even if you're not good at dancing, it's music. It can be done pretty easily in front of kids. Kids can even be entertained by their parents dancing. And so, potentially pick up some new skills. I also love that dancing is a lifelong activity. You can dance in a wheelchair. You can dance in the car with your shoulders and your head only, right? There's all sorts of dancing. And so thinking about how you can use your bodies together to have fun, learn something new, and be social. Again, these are free. And they happen many days in July. There's July 23rd, 30th, in a park in South Seattle, July 14th, 21st, 28th at a park called Freeway Park, which I think is also in South Seattle. South Park Plaza has a dancing on July 16th. Over in South Lake Union Park is August 13th and 27th. Volunteer Park is August 20th. They're all over the city. There's also one in Ballard Commons, so potentially check it out. Okay, the last thing I have for you is a little personal update. Those of you that have been reading my newsletter for a while know that I've been wanting to do stand-up comedy. It's something that I've been thinking about and jotting down ideas for, and I was going to do it a couple months ago, and then things fell apart and I couldn't do it, and I totally lost my steam. And so I wanted to let you all know that I accomplished that goal. A couple weeks ago, I went down to a comedy session in Olympia, and I stood up on stage for 4 minutes and I told jokes. And I think I will do it again. Some people laughed, and it was fun. It was fun to get out there and take a risk. So that's my personal update. I hope that you are finding lots of ways to be funny and enjoy the funny things in the world. I know that there is hard news all over the place, and it is not always easy to balance the joy of raising kids and the, wild show that our country and politics are in right now, along with some of the violence that we're seeing. So I just encourage you all to, lean to each other and remember that most people are trying to do their best, even if it doesn't seem good to us. And we need each other. We need each other. We need community. We need one another. And yeah, I hope you find what you need this week. Thank you so much. Bye.